It was a mandate that no one had imagined. Narendra Modi stormed to power in Delhi with 282 MPs to boast of. Clearly, he had captured the imagination of a nation waiting to be on the move, a nation that had put its faith in this man from Gujarat. Rewind to pre-Modi. India was falling off the global radar, the country's balance sheet was precariously placed, twin deficits were looming large and prices were way out of control. Cut to May 2015, inflation has halved, the deficits are under control, early signs of growth picking up are now evident, and global investors are raising a toast to the Modi Sarkar. But analysts insist the picture looks rosy because of the sharp correction in global crude oil prices. And concerns still cloud India. Because despite all the euphoria, the investment cycle hasn't kick-started. The government has opened up FDI in both insurance and defense, but a single big investor has still not come calling. Modi promised easy-to-do business norms, but not much has changed on the ground other than the e-biz portal and the intention to move clearances online. He roared from the Red Fort to Make in India.
Make in India.
But is still to put an enabling policy environment in place. Jan Dhan and Swachh Bharat are the other grand schemes that he launched. In the last 1 year, Indian polity has become acrimonious. The legislative logjam has seen reform moves like the GST and the land bill he referred to parliament committees, delaying crucial decisions. And experts insist this is a function of Modi's weakness to either reach out to the opposition or to take them head-on. A year back, Modi had promised to end tax terror, but the recent MAT controversy and the income tax return form has made global investors wary of the ghosts of the past returning to haunt them. The big green on the government's report card, though, is the coal block auction. A sector mired in controversy and opaque dealings has finally been open to transparent bidding. And many believe the word corruption is not haunting power corridors like it did a year back. So while Modi has got thumbs up to tackle one sea well, he gets a huge thumbs down for his conspicuous silence when communal tension was heightening and when members from within the Parivar and the party were threatening minorities. Modi is the man India believed will usher in the Achhe Din. But in the last 1 year, the Prime Minister has certainly come to terms with how New Delhi moves. And so it is only fair that irrational euphoria makes way for realistic expectations. Supriya Srinath, ET Now, New Delhi.
The macro conditions are very good. Has this therefore spurred economic activity of every kind? The answer sadly appears to be no. If you look at the corporate results, they have been absolutely dismal. So you have these 6 months, these first year of Modi ending on a very sour note, saying, look, at the macro level, various things were well done. Why is it then that the actual outcomes in terms of production, employment, profit, investment, why is none of this taking off?
When the government came in, expectations were set very, very high. And I think the government today is trying to manage those expectations. But having said that, I think you have to look at what they have achieved in this last 1 year. I think financial inclusiveness through the Jan Dhan Yojana scheme is a huge, huge win for this government. I think where the impatience sets in from corporate India is that they are not seeing regulatory ease of doing business. And I think that's where the government is doing a lot behind the scenes. But I think, as we all know, we would like it to be a far more transparent and open process.
Very clearly reflected in oil prices, and even though they've gone up a little bit recently, they're still much more moderate than they were when the government came to office. And generally, commodity prices have declined. I think from a macro perspective, containing food inflation is something that the credit must go to this government for doing these two things. And of course, it goes back to the early decision to cap the increase on MSPs.
Yes, the government has gone back and forth, but I don't think that the FII issue on MAT is a case of retrospective legislation. It's simply that the government should not have carried out any change in the finance bill of 2015. You need to be a second year or a third year law student to come to the conclusion that the MAT legislation, which is a 1992 legislation, clearly says there is no question of levy of MAT.